guys, welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we are doing an old school YouTube video. These are some of my favorite videos to film, and I am going to be sharing with you guys what is in my travel makeup bag. I feel like people every single summer used to do these and would always get me so excited and be like, oh, when I travel, like what am I going to bring with me? It was just always a fun video that I remember watching like way back in the day before I even made YouTube videos, and it's been such a long time since I filmed one myself. I don't even know if I ever filmed one, but if I did, it was years and years and years ago. And I have gotten to be a much better packer, if I do say so myself. So I want to share with you guys what I bring with me when I travel. I do travel a lot. I feel like the summer is a really popular time for people to travel, so hopefully this will be helpful for you guys. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Comment down below if you guys are going on vacation or traveling anywhere this summer. I would love to hear. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button to be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I have everything actually like in the bag, but I think I'm gonna take it out so I can go like product by product. But like, can you guys see, like there's really, it's like only up to like here in this bag. And I have a lot of like variations in here that I wanted to show you guys. Like this is actually not even all the stuff that I travel with. When I get to it, I'll explain it. But I have like different variations of makeup to show you guys. So let me take it all out so I can like go through step by step what I bring. Alrighty, so first things first is primer. One of my favorite primers to travel with. This actually recently saved me on my last travels. This is the Too Faced True Blend Base Business Moisturizing Primer. So when I flew to Italy, we stopped in Heathrow in London. We went through customs there. They threw out my moisturizer, which it was 1 milliliter over, or like actually 0.1. It was only 0.1 milliliters over the allowed limit. I have always traveled with it, never had a problem, but I mean, it was my fault. It was over the limit, so they threw it out. By the time we got to Italy, checked into our hotel, it was like super late at night. I couldn't go anywhere to like buy a moisturizer, so literally this guy saved me for like, I think 48 hours. I went with no moisturizer and just used this primer as my moisturizer. So now I feel like I will always travel with this in case I ever have any mishaps again, because I have really dry skin. I feel like to anyone else, they're like, okay, big deal, but like my skin is very dry. So I needed a moisturizer and this got me through. So I love this primer. I always travel with it. A lot of these products that I'm going to show you guys are like my favorite products. So that's what I would suggest to you, is really what are your key favorite products? What can you not live without? That's what you want to travel with. And I also have a lot of products in here that can double too as like multiple uses, and this one is one of those. TSA throws out your moisturizer, no worries, because you still have your moisturizing primer. Now for foundation, I will normally just travel with one, but it does depend on where I'm going, which one I travel with. So if I'm just going on a normal trip, like I'm going for work or something and not like a beach vacation where I'm going to be at the pool, I would normally just travel with the Too Faced Born This Way. This is my favorite. I wear it every single day. It's a great foundation and I know I love it. So this is normally my go-to for that. Although if I know that I'm going to be going on a vacation where I'm going to be at the pool or the beach all day long, like every single year my family goes to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we sit by the pool all day. So when I go there, I bring the IT Cosmetics CC Plus cream. I bring this because it's basically as full of a coverage as a foundation is, but this has SPF 50 in it. So it's great for me to wear during the day when we're at the pool, but then I can also wear it at night. It's not like I need two separate products. So if you're going on more of like a beachy style vacation, I would definitely recommend this. Up next for concealer, I always travel with my Tarte Shape Tape. This is my absolute favorite. I know I love it. This is gonna cover up anything because for some reason I always break out when I go on planes. It's like my skin does not like the plane. So I feel like I break out a lot of times when I travel. So I always have my Shape Tape to cover it up, cover my under eye bags if I didn't sleep on the plane, whatever it is. So this always comes with me. To set that, I really, really love the CoverGirl True Blend True Mineral Powder. This is the banana one. This is the shade right here. I have it underneath my eyes today. Super brightening. It sets the concealer really, really well and looks really beautiful. And what I like about this is it's very easy to travel with because it does have this little puff which holds in any of the excess powder. So you can just put this here and not worry about the powder filling up the cap and going everywhere while you're traveling, because that has happened to me many a time. So you definitely don't want to travel with like a loose powder that doesn't have some sort of thing that can stop it from flying everywhere. This has been a favorite of mine for my under eyes recently. And then I normally will bring a powder to set all over my face. This is the Laura Geller Baked and Brightened. This is actually a foundation as well. So why I like to bring this is I can use this like at night. If I apply liquid foundation, I want to set it down with this, but then I can also just use this during the day too, like completely on its own as a powder foundation. It is really, really nice. So it kind of has double usage. Then of course you can't forget about the brows. I always bring a brow product, and my favorite is the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. I feel like this video is like half what's in my travel makeup bag and half like my favorite products, because I'm basically just showing you guys my favorite things that I use every day. Okay, now up next for eyes, I have a lot of different palettes to show you guys. I normally will only travel with one palette. it. And I like it to be a more compact palette, but a palette that has a decent amount of options as far as shades go, so I don't have to do the exact same eye look every single day. I don't know, I like changing it up and doing different eye looks. Like I don't want to do the same thing every day. So I have a couple to show you guys that are my favorites. One that I love to travel with, and there are so many different variations of this, but this is the Huda Beauty Obsessions. This one specifically is the Warm Brown Obsessions. I've traveled with this before. It's great because you get 9 different eyeshadows. So you're still getting a ton of eyeshadows. It's just in a very, very, very small, compact little palette. Because so many palettes like have 9 eyeshadows, but they're literally triple the size of this. So you're still getting a bunch of options. You can still create a bunch of looks, but you don't have that big bulky size. So this is definitely one of my favorites. She has a bunch. I really like the smoky eye one too, but there are literally probably like 6 or 7 of these Obsession palettes, probably even more now, and they're great. They also have a mirror, so it makes it really easy because sometimes if you're sharing a hotel room, there's only one bathroom, you can still do your makeup. You got a mirror right here and you can use it while you're doing the rest of your makeup. So this is definitely one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes to travel with, but like I said, I wanted to give you guys options, so I do have a couple more. This is another one that's a favorite of mine. This is the Natasha Denona. This is what I brought with me when we went through Italy. This is the Camel palette. This is really great, very neutral tones. Again, not a big palette. This has less shades. You're only getting 5 shades. You can still create a variety of looks. You have 3 mattes, 2 shimmers, so it's a very pretty palette. I like this. I use this a lot at home, but I definitely like to travel with it as well. I wanted to throw in a drugstore option for you guys. This is the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. I really like this palette. This is bigger than the other 2, but still not super big or bulky, especially for the amount of shades it has. This one actually has 12 shades, so this is like a standard eyeshadow palette. Like standard is like 12-ish shades, but it definitely is a lot more compact and smaller, which is great. It makes it great to travel with. It's also affordable. It's drugstore, so I really like this. And with this palette too, you do have some pops of color, so there's definitely a lot of looks that can be created with it. For my face, I love to travel with face palettes. It makes it so much easier. There's so many less products that you need, so I'm going to talk to you guys about 2 of my favorites. One, you guys already know. I've talked about this so many times. This is the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. I use this every day at home and always when I travel. In here, you basically have everything that you need. You can tell it's very dirty and well used. You do have a big mirror, so you can use that. You have 2 different highlights, 2 different blushes, and 2 different bronzers, and you have a bronzer with shimmer and a matte bronzer. So this is basically like an all-over bronzer, and then this one is a bronzer that can be used to contour because it's matte. So this is really great. It's basically everything you need for a full face as far as powder products go. So I do travel with this all the time. It's amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. And then you don't have to travel with all of these separate products. And realistically, it's not that big of a palette either. So it's easy to travel with. Another newer product that I've actually really been liking, this is Natasha Denona. This is the Tan, Bronze, and Glow palette. So in this palette, you only have bronzers and highlighters. There is no blushes. I don't wear a ton of blush, so to me, it's not an issue. If you love blush, maybe the Too Faced palette's better or this palette with a blush thrown in there. But I do really like this palette. It's beautiful and I've been loving it a lot. They do actually have a little mini version, which is right here, but this to me is like very tiny. But it's great if you really want to like consolidate. You do get a bronzer and a highlighter in here, but I mean the regular version isn't really that big, so I feel like I would just travel with this, but they have the option for you. Now for lashes, recently I've actually been getting like eyelash extensions when I travel. It just makes it so much easier and so much quicker. I don't really love them for everyday life, but for when I'm traveling and don't have a ton of time to get ready, I do think they're great. If I don't do lash extensions, I would bring these. These are some of my favorites right now. These are the 663s from Salon Perfect. I have them on my eyes today. They're really beautiful, but they're light enough to actually be worn without any like liner or anything, because I actually normally don't travel with liner. That's something that I kind of just feel like I don't need. Like, I don't know, like on a daily basis, I actually don't really wear eyeliner most of the time. So I like to bring lashes that can be applied without having like some sort of line. So these are light enough to do that. So I do like to travel with these if I don't do lash extensions and I want to have more bolder eye looks. But honestly, most of the time, if I'm not doing lash extensions, I'm not even really going to be bringing false lashes unless I'm traveling for work. Then I would be. But if I was just going on a family vacation or a vacation with Steven or something, I would probably just bring a mascara. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This is the non-waterproof one. Again, if I was going on a beach vacation, they have a waterproof one, and that would definitely be what I would bring. But on a daily basis, I don't do waterproof unless I'm going in the pool or the ocean or something. For lips, I definitely like to bring options when I travel because I feel like you could do the same or very similar eye look, but really change up your whole overall look by changing your lip colors. So that's something where I bring multiple products, where with like every other category, I really only bring like one product. But with lips, I like to bring my like holy grail lip products, which this is what I'm wearing today. This is what I wear most days on default. It's like my holy grail nude combo. It's the NYX retractable lip liner in the shade Nude, and then the MAC lipstick in the shade Honey Love. Just looks like this. It's a matte lipstick. It's beautiful, so it can be worn on its own with the lip liner, or if I want to do a glossy lip, which, let's be serious, most days I do, I travel with the Tarte H2O gloss. This is in Sandy Toes, and this is one of my favorite lip glosses ever. It lasts a really long time. It's really beautiful, and yeah, I'm wearing it today. So that's like my go-to nude, so I always bring that when I'm traveling. And then for days when I want to change it up, I like to bring 2 different lip colors. So I like to bring like a bright bold color and then a classic red. So these are actually both from the same brand. These are both Stila. These are their Stay All Day liquid lipsticks. They're some of my favorite liquid lipsticks. They last forever. They are matte, but they're not super drying to your lips. So my favorite colors are Venezia, which that's this one. That's kind of like the bold one that I bring with me. It's like an orange, especially if I'm traveling in the summer. It's just so pretty, like against tan skin. It's beautiful. So I love to bring that. And then on days when I want to do a classic lip, I go in with the shade Besos, which this is my favorite red ever. It's so pretty. And that is Besos right there. So those are both really beautiful. I like to throw those in my bag too if I want to switch up my look and do more of a bold lip. And then of course I gotta bring my setting spray. You guys know this is my favorite. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Quick PSA, the regular Urban Decay All Nighter, I have one right here actually, is over the TSA limit. It's only slightly over. This is 4 fluid ounces, 118 milliliters, but they will take it from you if they see it. So if you love this, they do have a travel size version, and this is what I use when I travel so that it doesn't get taken from me, because I love my All Nighter and I need to have it. So this one is only 30 milliliters or 1 fluid ounce. So it's perfect for travel and fits better in the bag anyway. So I do always bring this with me. All right, so that is all the makeup that I travel with, and you guys are probably wondering like, okay, Kelly, but what about brushes? And this to me is something that I find to be a little bit hard, because I normally travel with a decent amount of brushes, because like I'm not gonna be cleaning my brushes and stuff while I'm traveling, so I feel like I need to have a lot of different options. And I used to in the past just kind of throw my brushes into the bag and they would just all kind of be flying around in the bag, and then when I would put them back in there after I was getting ready, then like the makeup that was on them, because I wasn't cleaning them, would like go all over my makeup products, and it was just like a disaster. And then I found this, which is amazing. This is from aivisbel and I love this. I will literally never travel without it. They actually sent this to me before I went to Italy, and I brought it with me all throughout Italy. I was there for like 10 days and I was like, oh my gosh, like why did I not think of this? It's like one of those products that makes you think like, dang, like if I would have thought about that, I would have been a millionaire. It just simplifies life. So I want to thank them for partnering with me on this portion of today's video, but like genuinely this went everywhere with me through Italy. I love it. It's awesome, and I wouldn't be telling you guys about it if I didn't actually use it. So basically it's like a little cylinder, as you guys see, but it has different compartments. So if you unscrew the top, you'll look in and you'll see all my brushes in there. But what's really cool is that it unscrews in the center as well. So now you can see all of your brushes, but you also now have like 2 different brush holders, because you can just screw on the top back on to this section, and now you have 2 different brush holders that you can put your brushes in. So I like to separate them from face brushes, like from eye brushes. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. So it would look a little something like this, like face brushes in one, eye brushes in another, and now I don't have to leave it like all over the bathroom counter, all up in my bag while I'm traveling. I can just leave it in these little cylinders, which is how I'm used to my brushes being. Cause like I'll show you guys like here at home, this is how I store my brushes. So I'm used to having them in like little cylinders like that and grabbing from there. So it keeps me much more organized, and my brushes aren't just like floating everywhere collecting God knows what on all these different surfaces at a hotel. So love this. And also in the bottom here, you can unscrew this compartment for your beauty blender. So you have a little beauty blender holder as well, and a separate compartment for them. So it's not just like floating around in your bag. You could definitely fit more than 1 beauty blender in here as well. I just have one in here now, and it actually is pretty damp because I used it before. But you could definitely probably fit at least 3 beauty blenders in here, especially if they were dry. So you can have all your separate compartments while you're there, and then when you're traveling to go home, you just screw everything back together and you're ready to go. So this little guy definitely made traveling a lot simpler and easier with all my brushes. Keeps everything compact, and I'm so glad that I found it now. So I will have a link to that down below if you guys are interested. I'll also link all the products that I talked about today as well for you guys. I hope that this video was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.